Okay, so I'm gonna go in depth a little bit on buffers and how they work, when to use them, when you'll see them. The From a point of view, just standing back, is a real simple version is you have a guitar pedal, and that goes into a buffer, and the buffer re-amplifies your guitar signal that comes in there and drives it and gives it some push to go a little bit further. The use case for this is if you have a guitar pedal, I'm sorry, a guitar that has a very long cable. We'll just say this goes to infinity. Over time, this cable adds more parasitics, which is a fancy word for filtering. That's just part of the physics of the cable itself. As this cable goes to infinity, you can imagine that at the end of that, there will be no signal at all left. On a more realistic level, there internally inside this cable, there is resistors and inductors and capacitors that make up filters. And as this cable gets longer, this filter right here that continues on to infinity gets more and more pronounced because it's summing up as it goes. And the way to compensate for this is to put a buffer on the end of here, and it will make your guitar sound like it's over here and skip all of this cable. You'll also see buffers inside of your pedals. You have a true bypass pedal, which is all my pedals. I have nothing against doing this either way. I just prefer true bypass because it gives the user kind of a blank canvas and they can have the flexibility to work with that however they feel is necessary for their rig. A good way to tell if your pedal has buffered bypass or true bypass is to plug your pedal in and plug in the power, click it on and click it off, strum your guitar, you'll hear some sound, and then unplug this and strum again. If your pedal doesn't work with the power off and the foot switch powered off, then it's buffered. And if your guitar pedal, if you can take the power out while the pedal is switched off, you should still hear signal coming through it. Knowing if your pedal is true bypassed or a buffered bypass can help you kind of decide how to set up your rig. For instance, if I have, a 20-foot cable, I would want to put this buffered bypass here on this side and have my true bypass on the other end. So you have your guitar coming in here. It when this is off, it's still boosting your signal and giving it some juice to push through the rest of the pedal board. A lot of people don't have buffers on their pedal boards as a single pedal, such as this, either because they don't know they need it or they already have it inside of something like this and don't realize it. Every once in a while, you will need a individual buffer unit. For instance, I'll use this on one of my pedal boards. This goes actually between two boards, so I snap this into another one, and then I use it to cling onto another board. So I have two pedal boards, and it's a good way to split things up and guarantee that I get some good signal quality between the two, no matter what I'm running in between them.